Good morning. I'm at the west trailhead of the Blue Ridge Tunnel here near Waynesboro, Virginia, and Rockfish Gap. I am about to go on a hike to the tunnel and go through a tunnel that's about a mile long, a little bit less than a mile. And we are going to find some geocaches. I'm going to show you where I'm going to go. So I parked here. This is where I'm starting. I'm starting at the west end. I'm going to walk down this path and I'm going to go through the tunnel, and at the end of this tunnel there is a geocache that I actually DNF'd about 4 years ago. So I'm going to hopefully find that, and then I'm going to walk back through the tunnel and back here. There's another trailhead on this end, and there's about a 0.6 mile walk to the other entrance of the tunnel. The first time I came here, I walked from the east end down the 0.6 mile path. There is a series of signs. I don't know if you can see me very well. There is a series of signs talking all about the history of the tunnel and when it was built and things like that, the building of it. And in March of 2021, I walked along the path, answered all the questions, couldn't find the cache, contacted the owner of the cache. The owner helped me out immensely. I actually had gotten one of the numbers wrong. He helped me with the final coordinates. They helped me with looking for the cache. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find it at that time. Today, there are 4 caches I'm going to be looking for. And believe it or not, if I looked at it correctly, each one of these caches are going to earn me a different river puzzle treasure. They all have a different combination of difficulty and terrain, and they're each going to earn me a treasure, which is very, very cool, including the mystery cache that I'm hopefully going to avenge the previous DNF. I contacted the owner yesterday and let them know that I was coming back, and they said that the coordinates were different, that the cache had moved. So he'd actually had to move the cache a couple of times since I've been there. So it's in a different place. But all the numbers that I needed to collect were the same. I just had to do a different set of math problems in order to get the final coordinates. I did that. I confirmed the final coordinates. And now I'm off to find these 4 geocaches. I'll show you the path that I'm on. Beautiful fall day. There are a lot of people here walking this trail for a Monday. But it's a beautiful day. It's a little chilly and breezy. Perfect weather for a hike. I'm about 250 feet away from the first cache. It has a difficulty rating of 1.5 and a terrain rating of 2. I just passed a marker, the 2-mile milepost for this trail, which measures from the other end. So if I had started on the east end, on the west, let's see, this is the west end. If I had started on the east end trailhead, I would have walked probably about 4, maybe 4.5 miles total. This one's going to be a little bit shorter, so I expect it'll probably be about 3.5 miles of a hike. This cache is called Across from the Sign of Death because just across the trail is a sign about workers who died building this railroad. So here are the men who died building this railroad and the cause of death. And 3 of the people who died were enslaved people. That cache was placed by Elliott's 4 in September of this year. So thank you, Elliott's 4, for placing this cache. The next cache was also placed by Elliott's 4 in May of this year. Next cache is West Side Bench. I see the bench. Difficulty rating is 1. Terrain is 2. Usually if a cache is on a bench, it's a little bit tricky to find. So it might not actually be a difficulty of 1. It might be a little higher, but we'll see what we find. That one was pretty easy because it's a magnetic key holder, but the log is super wet. Cache number 3 on this trail is Blue Ridge Tunnel Cache, placed in May of 2022 by Pipeline Cowboy, and it was adopted by Elliott's 4. Difficulty rating of 2, terrain of 2. Can you guess where the cache is? Boom! I'm about to enter the tunnel. I have my headlamp ready. It's pretty scary looking, and I think there's a lot of people in there already. DNF avenged. I won't spoil this location. Now for the return trip through the tunnel. My GPS watch said I went 1.87 miles, but who knows? I don't imagine that there's a whole lot of GPS signal inside the tunnel. The mystery cache on the east side of the tunnel is a difficulty level of 2, terrain of 2.5. So 4 caches, 4 treasures, I think, and a great hike on this beautiful fall day at the Blue Ridge Tunnel. I've gone 2.8 miles. I think I have about, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile to go yet. We'll see. I'll give you a report on the final mileage at the end. But thanks for joining me on this Blue Ridge Tunnel hike geocaching adventure. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!